3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm waiting for the delay.
Incredible. Yeah, me too. Ugh.
I'm just checking it works on my end.
I have a homosexual amount of buttons unbuttoned on my shirt today.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, my video is not coming through. Oh, fuck, it is.
I can see it on my end.
Yeah. Same, except it's switching between.
Yeah, because my video isn't working, so it's automatically on Spotlight.
Okay.
So this is how it's going to be, unfortunately. I'll try
right.
and be really quiet when you're talking, so that you don't cut out. But yeah, this is unfortunately how this is going to work. Hey folks, okay. Zoom is apparently having some platform-wide problems, and so we've spent the last half hour trying to sort it out and trying various methods, and this is the best that we can do. So we've only got Leo's video for some reason. It's just not, my video is just not broadcasting. We don't understand what's going on. It's Zoom's fault, basically. It's not our fault, because this worked perfectly fine. This worked perfectly fine the day, and so we can still do the stream. There'll just be a bit less me in it. But I'll try and keep an eye on the chat. So if we do have some really severe technical problems, we know about it. Let us know about it. Yeah, that's this is what we're working with, unfortunately. But you can hear both of us. So if you want to minimize the window and like do something else and treat it like a podcast, that's perfectly acceptable. Yeah, but we're glad that we've got it working anyway.
Yeah, me too. James has christened you Mysterious Black Obelisk, which I love. Love that for you. Demi's here, Steph's here, Molly's here, and James is here. Lovely, we love to see it. Should we wait? We usually wait, like, is it 5 minutes?
Well, because I'm thinking that there'll be people who came who have arrived at 3 and have been waiting anyway, so we probably don't need to bother waiting 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay. I'm just gonna check Twitter one more time. I'm so okay.
Yeah. So so there might be a bit of crosstalk with us because we can't see each other. And the live stream is like 20 seconds out, so it'll probably mess me up more trying to watch that than just like listen to Leo. So there might be some times where we talk over each other and that, but we'll do our best with that.
Yeah, we'll try our best with the tools that we've been given. Mm-hmm. Okay, should we just jump in then?
Yeah, I guess.
God, I'm gonna have to be looking at my own face for 2 hours. It's horrific. Right. I started last week, so I will let you do the honors and lead us into the world that we've created.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, I haven't written an agenda. I wrote an agenda last time, and I didn't write one this time. Never mind.
Did we decide where we were setting it?
Like, yeah. No, we didn't decide where we were setting it. Never mind. Okay, fuck it. Never mind. Yep. So the game that we're playing today is by James Mullen, Groundhoggoth, who's in the chat actually at the minute. It's called Thrown Together, Alien Paragon. So we're going to be playing a story about an alien and a superhero who get into hijinks together. Yeah, we'll get into the lore in a little bit, but first we like to start off with like triggers and age rating to kind of give you an idea of the sort of content that's going to happen. So lines and veils, I think, is a good thing to establish to start off with.
Yeah, so my lines are anything involving abuse, assault, or rape. So that is things that will not be like even alluded to in the game at all. My veils, which are things that will be alluded to but will happen like as a fade to black, like behind the curtain, are sex.
Yeah, pretty much. There's not going to be any graphic descriptions of sex because I live in a house with my parents, and Leo often has his door open. So,
yeah.
There'll probably be some violence in this one.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit graphic, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But yes.
Yeah.
So I guess age rating. This is probably going to be about 15. That's what we had last week.
Warnings for language.
Yep, language warnings, I guess, as well. Quite often swear in that. I think we're good on. I think we're good on triggers there, aren't we? I think we're good on content warnings. Cool. So, how do we want to start off? I guess.
Well, we start off with the meet cute.
Mm-hmm.
So both of our characters' intro scenes kind of cut together. So would you like to start?
Sure. Okay. Let me just. Oh, had the rules up on. They've gone. Here they are. So scary. So the first shot that we see is of the first shot that we see of Thomas, who's my character, is waking up in bed. His house is his house is a tip. There's kind of there's stuff sort of all over the floor, and he heads into he sort of opens his eyes blearily and heads into his kitchen, makes himself some cereal. He's got like sort of slightly he's got blonde hair that's like a little bit messed up, and he looks tired as all hell, and he looks down at his phone and sees a bunch of he clicks over to his Twitter profile for the superhero Mercury and scrolls past a load of hate mail that he's been sent and trying to find some memes as he's waiting for the kettle to boil for his morning coffee. So that's the first shot that we see of Thomas.
Okay. We move over to the other side of the city. We're in Leeds because we're in Leeds. We move over to a fancy block of flats that overlooks the river. And Pal, my character, is just kind of rolling out of bed. They stretch and cast their eyes upwards towards the ceiling, and their eyes they look like opal. They're like milky white, and they have strands of color running through them. They sigh and they reach down to their bedside table for a pair of what looks like just sunglasses. They put them on. The world around them slowly fades into focus, and their head is instantly killing them. They cross to their balcony, pull open the door, and just stand there for a second. They're leaning their elbows on the railings, looking out over the river, over the city, listening to the birds. And they try to allow themselves a moment of calm, because they're starting a new job today. They're nervous. It's very important, apparently. They've had so many meetings leading up to it. And as they turn to go back inside, they pick up the dossier that is on their bedside table. It was underneath their glasses. It just has the word Mercury printed on it. It's a standard manila folder. Soulless government bureaucracy. And inside there's a little picture of Thomas, Soph's character, stapled to the top, and all sorts of stats underneath, including we're talking social media presence, we're talking brand awareness, we're talking what's on message, and they feel themselves just kind of sigh inwardly at I've been on this planet for 100 years, and this is what I have to do now. Back to you, Soph.
The next shot we see is we see Thomas walking down the street on the way to get his groceries, and there's a noise in the distance of shouting and swearing, and he looks around to try and find the source of the noise, and he sees he just catches sight of a guy running into a bank with a rifle, and Thomas looks at that closely, and then runs off to he actually runs into the McDonald's nearby with his rucksack, and he shoves past the queue into the toilets, and gets into a cubicle, and after a minute or two, Mercury emerges. This is a hero with a full head balaclava with a pattern on it that looks like there's like a silvery liquid cascading down the head. He's got a sequined tank top and black shorts, and those Converse boots, and he steps out into the crowd in the McDonald's, and people catch sight of him, and some of them grab their phones and start filming, and a lot of them move away, and there's a gust of wind that there's a gust of almost wind, but it's a bit more, you don't get the rush, there's a vibration in the air as he runs through the crowd and heads towards the bank. Back to you, Leo.
So you've made the gayest superhero in the world.
Yeah.
I love to see it. I can't fault you for that. 10 out of 10, good job. Good job on Twink Man. So Pell is cycling to work. They have a brown leather messenger bag over their shoulder, and they're wearing a suit that's fancy houndstooth tweed, black and white, and a bright purple shirt. They're sort of weaving through the rush hour traffic, just not paying attention to the angry taxi drivers that are honking at them and the people that are shouting at them out of a car window. They're cycling towards one of the office blocks in the center of Leeds. One of the new fancy ones, glass and imposing. And as they stop at a red light, they tilt their head upwards at the sky and they sigh again. And every morning they do this. Every morning they look up as if today is going to be the day that they see a shape that they recognize up there. That today is going to be the day that someone from their home relents and brings them home. And even if they have that thought, they're aware that it's never going to happen. But they learned a long time ago that having hope, while painful, is far less dangerous than never having it at all. And they're so caught in this train of thought that they don't notice the light turn green, and are jolted out of their emotional reverie by someone behind them saying, "Fucking hurry up, mate, I've got somewhere to be." And they wave an apology and keep cycling, and their phone starts buzzing in their pocket, to which they kind of like tap the side of their headphones to pick it up. And they're like, "Sorry, can I call you back in like 5 minutes?" And it's their boss on the other end of the line who says, "No, listen." And he explains. And he explains some more. And Pell sighs and turns around towards the bank.
At that moment, you see me skid to a halt in front of the bank, and the armed robbers inside. One of them looks around and shouts, and then the others look around, and there's people. There's people cowering on the floor, and there's one guy who's tying up a couple of people on the other side of the room, and a smile kind of creeps across my face, obscured by the balaclava, and I snap my fingers, and there's a piercing snap in the a series of piercing snaps in the air, and all of the gunmen screech and put their hands over their ears, blood pooling from each of their ears, and they drop their weapons and crumple to the ground. One of them gets a shot off on me, but it doesn't. But it whizzes past my shoulder, and that's where I stand, shaking with anxiety. The leaves on the street around me are kind of vibrating and twirling in the air with a kind of nervous energy that's exuding from me.
Pell arrives just after the screech. And as they skitter to a halt, considering for a second locking their bike up on a street sign, but just leaving it leant against the wall, hoping that no one will nick it, they kind of take a step and they falter, and they look at the way that the leaves are shifting on the ground, and they knew to expect this because they were told about what Thomas's powers were when they took the job. But seeing it in person, it brings something back that Pell has tried very hard to keep buried for a very long time. And they swallow, and they straighten themselves up, and they walk up to the bank, and they're pushing through, because now there's a crowd of people gathered outside, and there are people shouting, there are people like waving their phones, and I can just about make out the silhouette of Thomas standing in the doorway, and I walk up to him.
I'm breathing heavily because I've tried that. I've been practicing that one for a while, and I wasn't. And I was gonna just see if it worked, and I took a bit of a stupid risk. And I turn and I see the kind of sea of cameras. I hear the police sirens in the distance, and I see you, nerdy looking fella, probably one of the fan club. I wave at the phone cameras, and I flash a few smiles at some of the more attractive looking people in the crowd, and I'm caught off guard by the intent way that you're looking at me.
I wave awkwardly. open my messenger bag and pull out the manila folder. And I say, so yeah, this is you, right?
Sorry, that's quite a detailed... Wow, you folks need to stop hacking my Facebook, all right? I know you like me, but that's a bit over the top, isn't it?
I tap the crest that's on the bottom of the folder, which is the logo for the Department for Extra Human Medicine and Research, with one of those little things next to it that says HM Government. I'm not a fan, Thomas. I'm your agent.
A chill runs through me. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Let's let's talk somewhere else, hey?
Yes, yeah, I agree. I put the folder back in my bag, and I extend my arm to you, kind of like reaching roughly around your shoulders so I can like guide you out. I have a phone in my other hand. Yeah, I've just called an Uber and it's meeting us around the back. So just come on, don't look at the cameras, don't answer any questions. You're stressed, you're not going to answer him well, just come with me.
Hey mate, I'm not stressed. I'm living my best life. I just took out a bunch of armed criminals. That was crazy. I didn't even know if that was going to work.
I gesture to the leaves on the ground with my other hand that are still vibrating, and I'm like, yeah, you are trembling badly enough that it's affecting every bit of non-sentient life around here. So forgive me if I don't trust you to make your first proper appearance in front of a camera right now.
I'm fine, honestly. And I fold my arms, and a window nearby smashes.
I turn around and I just look at you.
Hey, sometimes it gets. Hey, if I'm on a high, if I'm not concentrating, sometimes, it's fine, isn't it? It's fine. I mean, having your window smashed by Mercury now, that's something to write home about, isn't it?
No, it's something to write to the government about and demand compensation.
Oh, no fun.
I roll my eyes.
You're going to be no fun. Oh.
I roll my eyes and you can't see it behind my glasses, but I'm just like, I am already exhausted with you. I'm just, who is this twink that I am now in charge of? Barely, seemingly a functioning adult. Just come in here, done a stunt that I am not sure that you knew was going to pay off. And now he knows that it's my job to come here and sort things out for him, and he's not listening to me. And I'm so frustrated already, and I've been doing this job for less than 10 fucking minutes. The Uber pulls up, and I open the door and I say, please, can we discuss this inside the car on the way to the office?
Sure thing. Oh, you're so uptight. And I focus on your glasses, and they slowly start to pull down your nose.
My hand flies up to my face. Do not do that.
Ooh.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Jesus.
All right. Jesus. All right, Mr. Matrix. Sorry, are you Mr.? That was presumptuous of me.
Mr. or Mix is fine.
Mix.
Or Miss, or any genders. What even is that?
Okay, I can vibe with that.
The Uber's pulling away from the crowd of screaming fans, and as it does so, I like extend my hand to you properly, and I say, I'm Pell Rieslow. Sorry that we had to meet like that. We were supposed to meet this morning.
Oh, this morning. Oh, yeah, that thing. Oh, I forgot that. I totally forgot that I was supposed to be at a meeting. That was you, and you were at the meeting. Ah, that makes sense.
No, the meeting's not for another half an hour. It's fine. We're on our way there now.
Yeah, sorry. I get caught up in them. I get a bit easily distracted.
I assumed that you would wait until after the meeting to start doing the superheroing.
Hey,
so did my boss.
Hey, I got my costume already. Hey, I've been, since all the trials and all the testing and stuff. I've been practicing. I just wanted to. maybe it was kind of stupid, but I was like, there's something and I can do it. Yeah.
Pal finds it impossible to contain their smirk when you mention your costume. And they just nod and they're like, yeah, I can understand that. It's going to be a hell of a thing to explain away on social media. But I guess you started with a bang.
Yeah, and that's how I intend to go on. Shall we do rock, paper, scissors? Do we need to do rock, paper, scissors with that?
That's a good question.
Actually, no, it says end the scene by cooperating with your partner to throw your characters together by chance. So we've done that.
Yeah, we've done that. Also, how are we going to do rock, paper, scissors considering I can't see you?
Oh, cool. I could just say rock, I guess.
Okay, you could also say paper or scissors.
Yeah,
those are other choices that you have.
That's a fucking given, isn't it? I was just being all right.
I was just worried that you were just going to play this as a fucking belligerent asshole the whole way through. Okay, so that's it. We're thrown together, baby.
Nice.
So, who leads then?
I don't think it matters. I think I've got a few that I could do.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr.
Mercury.
Is it Mr. Mercury or is it just Mercury? Because we said Mercury yesterday, but it could
I'm what's happening currently is that I'm mocking you.
Oh, okay, cool. Mr. Mercury could be a thing there.
Just to be clear. Yeah, it's absolutely not Mr. Mercury. That sounds like a very sad children's entertainer.
How about bring your partner to an award ceremony where everyone else wants to be seen with you? I think that could work. Like,
yeah,
I saved the bank and the police want to give me an award or something because this is the first thing that I've tackled, like, myself. The police want to give me an award or something, and it's like an honorary thing. How about that?
Yeah, cool. I can vibe with that. So are you in your costume?
I have to be.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they'll know who I am.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so I think we have just arrived in front of the town hall. Like, there's a big ceremony that's happening there.
And you're maybe before we go in, like, because this is this has happened very, very soon after we've had like a meeting.
Been like a week.
Yeah, we've had a meeting where we've like met each other and stuff, and like I think that before I do anything, I have to check in with you and you tell me how I'm supposed to act, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's where we are with this before we go in.
Yeah. So we're just standing behind one of the pillars, kind of like away from prying eyes. And I'm like straightening your costume up. Okay, so we've been over what you're going to say when you receive the award. Yeah.
Yep. I got it.
Okay. So you'll go in. The stage is going to be on your immediate left. You are going to take a seat in the seat that says that it's your seat. There'll be like name cards and everything.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot of police. They're in their fancy uniforms. Most of them are going to want to talk to you. Just be nice, just make small talk until the ceremony starts. And then the award that comes up before yours, you'll need to go backstage. I'll be waiting. And then they'll tell you when to come on. Have you got that?
Yeah, I got it. Thanks, Mum.
Okay, well, I wrote it down on a note card for you in case you forget.
All right, I got it. I take it.
It's a black note card with silver pen. My handwriting is very nice.
I look at it. Wow, you really are out of the Matrix, aren't you?
What does that mean?
You not seen the Matrix film? You got the dark glasses, the a little card with this with very fancy but slightly creepy writing. Ooh.
No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
all right. All right,
Listen, you did a good job, and I'm glad you're getting recognition for it. Well done. You deserve it.
Thanks. All right. Let's get this over with.
Yeah, let's do that. I walk on ahead of you and push open the doors, and as soon as I do, it's just cameras. Video cameras, microphones, people with the big fancy like DLSR cameras that they're snapping pictures away of, and I kind of like fade into the background behind you as soon as you step in.
I'm putting on a brave face, but I'm still very freaked out by the amount of cameras, the amount of people looking at me, and my hands start to tremor a little bit, and a waiter who's going by with some champagne flutes, they like all the glasses on the tray all just like chatter together, and then all fall off suddenly.
I step up next to you and I put my hand on your back, and I say quietly, so just you can hear it, remember to breathe, it's going to be fine. And then I point to a reporter at the back and I say, we only have time for a few questions. Mercury is an incredibly busy man. Yes, what's your query? And they ask you something banal like, what's the deal with the outfit? Because they're from like, I don't know, a fucking fashion magazine or something.
Oh well, I did good in home economics, so I actually put this thing together myself. I'm pretty proud of it, right? I didn't put all of it together. I put the balaclava together, and then I did thrift the shirt from a friend. So, but I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm pretty pleased with it.
I glance across and give you a small smile and a thumbs up, and then I point to the next person who asks. Mercury, is it true you weren't even an official superhero when you went to rob that bank? Stop the bank robbery, even, sorry.
Oh, I mean, look at me, superhero adjacent, right? I mean, half of it's the image.
We move on quickly to the last question, which is, how does it feel to be accepting an award from an institution who you're slowly putting out of a job?
Oh, I mean, not me personally. That's ridiculous, right?
No, yes, you personally, says the guy. And he's accusing. He's looking at you with a glare. He's bald. He has a short white beard. And I like motion to a couple of security that are behind the throng of cameras, and they kind of like just move to stand behind him, so he's aware that they're there.
Well, I mean, if you've got any big issues, I mean, take it up with the higher ups, the extra human folks. They're they're the ones with all the.
Thank you. That's all the questions that we have time for. And with one hand in front of me and one hand still on your back, I push through the throng to get us to the auditorium.
There's a noise around us, and it takes you a second to pick up on what it is, but the chairs and the tables, even the chairs people are sitting on are vibrating very slightly as we walk past them.
I stop a waiter and grab a glass of water off of his tray, and I pass it to you. Just drink that. Just
And you're not my mother, for goodness sake. I'm
Well,
fine.
oh, Jesus, you're so argumentative. I just think that it would be quite bad if, I don't know, you went up to accept your award and the entire lighting ring crashes down on the stage. That isn't what we in the business think of as good PR.
My face freezes a little bit, and then it goes back to how I normally am. Well, okay, point taken. And I take the water off of you, and I drink it. I like chug the whole thing really quickly.
Are we going to have an argument every single time I tell you to do something that I'm right about? Because that's going to get exhausting so quickly.
It's a party, man. I want to have fun, all right?
It's not a party.
It's 20.
Oh, God. he just like pinches the bridge of his nose and frowns, and he says, sorry, 1 second. And he kind of half turns away from you, like he's not exactly it's not exactly that he's being secretive about it. He just feels awkward knowing that someone's watching, and reaches into his inside jacket pocket and pulls out like a foil packet of medication, pops out 2 of the like tiny white discs, and swallows them dry.
Wow, intense.
Sorry, migraines. Gets particularly bad with the camera flashes.
I look across I look around the room, and I notice someone with a little glass of water, and I focus on it, and the water flies out of their hand and flies into your hand.
I am not surprised at all. Like I don't even have a moment of, oh, there's water in my hand now. I just drink it like it's normal. And then after I've drunk about half the glass, I kind of like pull it away from my lips, and I look down, and I'm like, oh, thanks.
You gave me some water, I might as well give you some.
Okay, we need to go and take our seats. I like every single time it seems like we're about to have like a nice jokey moment, I distract and move on to something else. We need to go and take our seats. The ceremony should be starting in about 5 minutes.
Okie dokie. And I follow you to where we need to sit because I've forgotten.
Okay. We're at the front of the auditorium, in the chairs, sort of like right next to the door. And you can see everyone is starting to file in, and there's about like 200 people here. And they're all dressed in like formal cop uniform, which I think is a thing.
I imagine this is like a kind of annual ceremony. It just happens to have fallen like yes. Right when I did something. Yeah,
exactly. So this is a ceremony in which like everyone who's been like special in the line of duty gets
that's what they call it.
That's the award you're getting, the special award for people who are special in the line of duty. And my attention is no longer on you. I've turned around to look at everybody filing in, and my leg is kind of like bouncing unconsciously.
I am looking around, and because the way that my powers work is that I can move things in the air, and I can create vibrations in the air, but they're not massive, but they can be concentrated and powerful. So I'm fully like looking out for girls who've got like flowy skirts, and like not like upskirting them, but like
oh my God.
I'm just going like so that their dresses like flutter for apparently no reason, and just kind of like laughing to myself, seeing them.
I hate this timeline.
Confused.
You're the worst. It if I notice that you're doing this, I don't say anything. I'm just incredibly preoccupied with watching everyone file in. And a man steps in, and he's not wearing the same kind of like formal uniform. He's just wearing like a charcoal grey suit with a black shirt. And he has like an earpiece in. And when I see him, the dossier that I'm holding with all of your information in it, it just falls out of my hand. I just drop it, and the papers scatter like all over the floor in front of us. Fuck, shit, sorry. And I like get on my knees and start gathering it up.
Yeah, a bit of panic shoots through me, and my eyes flick from paper to paper, and I'm trying to like push them together, like completely in the wrong order, but I'm like pushing them towards you and pushing them into a pile as best as I can.
Thanks. I don't comment on the fact that you've put them all in the wrong order. I just am like gathering them up and making sure that nobody's like looking over them. And I shove them hastily back in my bag.
Hey, don't hold that thing out.
Sorry. I know. You're right. I slipped my mind for a second. It's a big day, and clearly I'm letting the nerves get to me just as much, so I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
I think that we wait. I think that the time comes for me to step backstage,
mm-hmm.
and then step on stage.
And I come with you because you've forgotten, and I sort of like I tug your elbow, and I'm like, we have to go now. We have to
Got it.
And I usher you out of the door, and then into another door next to it, which is the door to backstage. Can you remember everything that you're going to say?
Yes, I thank the police for all the service they're doing. I reinforce the fact that that supers are not a replacement; we're just a supplementary to what they're doing. I'm grateful. I lick their boots. I grovel. Yep, I got it down in my head. Got it.
Just try and sound sincere, please. It's a nightmare dealing with your social media at the moment anyway, but I do need you to sound at least a tiny bit believable.
I will sound believable.
Well, I'll just have to trust you on that.
I'm going to be sincere.
Okay. Fine. Once this is done, we'll go and get a sandwich and then head back.
A sandwich. Nice.
Yeah, a sandwich. I need you to... We're not staying.
All right.
Okay, so they call your name. There's a spotlight on the stage that you know from the run through you have to go and now step into.
Mm-hmm.
The chief of police is standing there holding a medal.
I step on stage, and I very graciously dip my head to have the medal put on me. And I look at the note card in my hand with all the notes of the things I have to say, and I chuck it over my shoulder. And
oh God!
So what are you doing in the wings when you see that?
My fists like clench for a second in abject irritation, and then I, through gritted teeth, I exhale. Remind myself that it's your choice and that I'm here to make sure that all of the choices that you make are palatable to the public. And I open my dossier up and start frantically flipping through the pages to find a contingency plan for this sort of thing. And as you are doing whatever bullshit you're doing, I'm already drafting emails to the members of the press that I know are in there, explaining that you are adjusting to being a superhero and that you're young, and all of the excuses I have prepped and ready to go, and my finger is hovering over the send button as I watch you fuck this up, I presume.
So I shrug, the light bouncing off of the tons of little silver sequins on my vest. My agent was just here telling me that I've got to say all kinds of nice things about how great the police are and how I'm kind of second fiddle to you. But really, out of all of us here, who's the one who's got superpowers? Like, I've got superpowers, and really, I think that you guys are so much less cool. You're so much less better off. Like, I walked in and I stopped an armed robbery of 5 people by myself, and I didn't even know what I was doing. And really, I think that maybe you guys have just got to you guys just got to take stock, because maybe this is the end for you lot, right? Oh, classic. I do like a peace sign, and then I stride off stage.
There is a stunned silence, and everyone is just like, the chief of police is like blinking as he processes what you've just said. And then someone from the back of the room is like, hey, what the fuck? The fuck, man? And the room just, everyone is now like chattering. Like, there's not like an uproar, but everyone is like urgently whispering under their breath. And I, long suffering, turn to you and I say, are you fucking finished? Can we go now?
Yeah, man, we can go. Yes.
You're not getting a sandwich.
Oh, I don't even worry about it. The high I'm getting off this is better than all the sandwiches you could possibly give me, mate.
I'm striding through the corridors of the town hall, expecting you to keep up with me.
Think of the memes, think of the TikToks, think of the this is gonna be awesome.
I do think of them. I do think of the memes. I do think of the TikToks. That is my fucking job. So potentially, just once in your, you could just trust me when I tell you to do things, when I tell you that this is not the way to go to gain approval. This is not, Jesus, this is not about you.
It is,
this
baby.
Has never, no, it's not. No. Thomas, I really need you to understand this. This isn't about you as much as it's about any of your 10 other comrades that went through this process. The way that people perceive you will affect how people perceive others like you for generations to come. And if you do this...
I know. They're going to think we're fucking sick. They're going to think we're fucking badasses. Everyone is going to want to be like us. How could you not? I used to stack shelves. And now I do this, and it's the most amazing thing ever.
You're a child. I'm calling a taxi. We're not talking about this until we're back at the office.
Fucking boring. And you feel your glasses start to slide forward a little bit again.
I slam them back on my face again. And I've asked you not to do that, Thomas.
I'm going to get them one day.
I would appreciate it if you didn't. I know it's difficult for you to fathom the idea of being told that no, you can't do something. But if we're going to carry on working together, I will fucking gladly clean up your mess after you pull every single little stunt like this. But all that I ask of you is that you just fucking leave my glasses alone. Is that so difficult? Do you really have that much of a problem with one tiny boundary? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Sorry, that's really dumb of me, isn't it? What am I doing? Sorry. I'm coming down off the high.
Yeah.
Sorry, I won't mess with your glasses again. that's.
Thanks, Thomas. I imagine that you're shaking as the adrenaline is kind of like seeping out of you.
Yes.
And I have one hand on your back again as I guide us towards the exit. And as we walk closer to the doors, we can see that there are a few police officers standing there, and they do not look pleased.
Hey, fellas, what's up?
Is that what you think then? Is it? One of them asks. His arms are folded and he's glaring you down.
Hey, I haven't broken the law. I've done the opposite. I actually enforced the law the other day.
Yeah, that's something that me and my colleagues could have done just as well. And you just happened to be there, you fucking freak.
Don't call me a freak.
That is what you are, isn't it? They experimented on you and they turned you into this, and now you have the audacity to stand on a stage in front of all of us who chose to do this the difficult way and tell us that you're better than us.
Thomas is sort of struck and in awe, just unable to figure out what to say. And then suddenly there's like there's a noise of like a hard impact, and the guy goes down like a ton of bricks.
Jesus, Thomas, I stand between you, one hand up towards the police.
Don't call me a freak. Don't call me a freak.
I have one hand one hand pointing towards you, one hand pointing towards the police, and I say, come on, fellas, there's a way out of this that doesn't involve violence. And the other one steps forward and says, what do you call what he just fucking did? And I think we should rock, paper, scissors.
Yes, that's a very good idea.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so how the fuck are we going to do this? We're just going to have to say it, I guess.
Yes. Okay. Well, I know what I'm going to play.
Okay. Yeah, me too, I think. Okay, so we'll say rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and then just say what it is, yeah?
Yep, sure.
Okay. Rock,
paper, scissors,
shoot, rock.
Oh, it's a tie.
Yes, it is a tie, but it means that we're in sync.
Hey, we're in sync. Awesome.
Love that for us. Two violent individuals. Okay, so... Okay.
Because in my mind, Thomas is pissed and wants to make an example of this guy. And I don't know what you want to do. So let's find a way to make this work. Like,
the only thing that is in my mind currently is protecting you from them or from yourself. And I think I know what I want to do.
Okay.
And I am going to wait until you've started doing your thing to do it.
That was what I was going to say. Okay, cool. There is like Thomas looks furious, and there's like a humming noise in the air, and there's like a kind of you can everyone can feel their teeth like chattering in their skulls, and there's like this pressure that is like building up in the space between him and the other police officers.
Okay, I sense that this is happening, and I reach in to my jacket pocket again, and I pull out a looks kind of like a looks a little bit like a jewel vape. Like it's like a rectangle, and it's just kind of like black, sleek, nondescript, with a few lights on it. And I look at you and I sigh and I press one of the buttons, and there is a shockwave that emanates out from where I'm standing because I'm still between you. And all of you fall unconscious. I try to catch you before you fall, but I don't. and you hit your head. And I just stand there for a second with these 4 bodies on the floor around me, like, fuck, I shouldn't have fucking done that. Jesus, I shouldn't. Oh, fuck.
The
Shit.
The vibrating like pressure in the air dissipates, and you see Thomas's unconscious body. Even while he's unconscious, you see that there's a faint sort of unfocused aura of vibrations and things sort of moving, like the where exactly are we?
We're in like a hallway, like
So
a
the
main
car,
hallway.
like so emanating out from his body, you see like the when you push a carpet and it makes the light fall slightly differently. There's like
yeah.
The carpet fibers are moving slightly around him.
Okay. So I clench my teeth and kind of step into that aura. I bend down and I kind of like haul you up, kind of pulling one of your arms over my shoulder, my other arm under your shoulders. And then I kind of grit my teeth and bend down again to pick up your legs. So I'm now carrying you, your unconscious body, like bridal style. And I imagine that kind of like the fibers of my suit are kind of like, I can feel them vibrating. It's an incredibly strange feeling.
Yeah, it's like there's a kind of soft breeze sort of blowing, but it keeps changing direction. And your hair as well is sort of responding to the sort of energy in the air.
Yeah, okay. So I pick you up, and just as one of the doors far back down the corridor opens, because someone's realized that something's going on, I step out of the door, kind of awkwardly half carry you down the steps, and gently deposit you in the back of a waiting car.
Okay. Do you get in the car? Do you get in the car with me?
Yeah, I do. I get in around the side and I just kind of like sit with you, like checking your head. It doesn't seem to have like broken the skin, the fall. But I tell the driver to take us to like a private hospital nearby.
How long does it take for me
checked out?
How long does it take for me to come round?
I think about like 20 minutes.
Okay. So I wake up.
It's like you've been very deeply sleeping.
I gradually come round. Oh, fuck my head. What? Was one of them a super? What? Where am I? What?
It's okay.
You there,
you're
pal?
in. Yeah, I'm here. Don't worry about it, Thomas. It's fine. You're in a room with like white walls, like bright fluorescent lights overhead, and there's a doctor standing in front of you. And he's got one of those like pen lights that he's looking, like pulling your eyelid up and checking your pupils. He does that a few times, asks you to follow his finger with your eyes, stands up, turns to me and says, yeah, he's concussed.
What happened?
I don't know. All I know is that...
You get knocked out too?
Yeah, I fell, like my legs crumpled out from under me. It was really weird. And the guy... I don't know what it was. I think the guy... One of the cops had some kind of sonic... I don't know what it was, but he pointed it at you.
Like the hedgehog?
No, like a sound wave manipulator.
Oh,
He
no,
pointed it
yeah.
at you,
No, that makes sense, yeah.
and then it just called me. But we're safe now. It's okay. We're
Who got us here?
I texted the boss when I saw them because I thought there'd be signs of trouble, and they got us out.
Okay. I said some stupid things.
It's okay. You did, but we're going to talk about that once you've regained neurological normalcy.
This is my fault, isn't it?
I don't answer. I just put my hand on your shoulder and squeeze.
And I realised that when you put your hand on my back or my shoulder, it does make me feel a bit better, as much as I hate to admit it. I don't say that, obviously.
Obviously not. Well, actually, I mean, you're concussed, so I think you might. Scene?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Nice. I believe it's my turn.
Yes, it is.
Okay, excellent. It's a couple of weeks later, and we are at dinner.
Where are we at dinner?
We're at Nando's.
Nice.
Because obviously you can be out in the world as Thomas. And so yeah, we're at Nando's because you've done a good job this week, and I know that you've had a difficult time. So I was like, we'll go out for dinner, my treat. And you said Nando's. And I said, what's a Nando? And you were like, oh my God, how do you not know what a Nando's is? So you've brought an alien to a Nando's, but obviously you don't know that I'm an alien. And yeah, that's the scene. We're sitting in a Nando's. It's like 8 p.m. On a Friday. So it's pretty busy. It's loud, but that's better because it means that our conversation can kind of get lost in the hubbub of date nights and family meals and friends on a night out. And I pick up a chip and I look at it like it holds some secret meaning.
I'm halfway through my meal. You're not
Perry
gonna
salt.
Peri salt, yeah. It's salt, but it has peri peri in it.
I bite it, look confused, I chew. Oh, yeah, no, that's nice. That's nice.
Okay, good. Glad we're on the same page. Oh man, looking at that thing like it's from a different planet.
I laugh like too much. It's like a nervous laugh that like skyrockets. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Just never had a Nando before.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you did a good job this week. You know, that whole thing with the kids stuck in the building, that was great. Really fantastic PR.
Yeah, that worked out pretty well. I was frustrated that there was the one of them burnt his hand so badly, but I got him out. I guess that's what matters.
You did get them out, and they're receiving the best medical care that they can be. You should be proud. You did a really good job.
Thanks.
It was something the fire service couldn't have done, and they're glad you were there.
I've been thinking you spend so much time managing my image and who I exist as in the Twitter sphere. I don't really know anything about you.
Well, what do you want to know?
I don't know. I don't even know where you live, really.
I live like just below the river in the wharf apartments.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Bougie.
What can I say? Clearly, the government have recognised that managing you is a fucking nightmare and have given me a pay rise. So,
Yeah, I did cause trouble during training and trials and testing as well.
yeah, it's all in the folder. And I tapped my bag knowingly.
I once sat outside. They had a bunch of there was a bunch of scientists who had like they were trying to do some like complex readings on some signals they'd had from I don't know where, like looked weird. And I totally messed up. I totally messed up a ton of the readings they were doing, and it made it look like there was messages from outer space about Rick Astley.
Wow, that's inspired. That's I don't understand how they put up with you for that long.
I got
What
sanctioned
was
pretty
it?
heavily for that one. But
What was it? 12 weeks that you had to spend in basic training,
yeah,
and 11 of those weeks you
it
spent
was
fucking
worth
about.
it. You should have seen the faces. There was this one lady who was like, "I fellas, you're not gonna. It's Rick Astley." It was so fucking funny. Oh,
Which research station was that?
oh, it was the one out. It's the one out in the countryside. The creepy one, the proper Area 51 type thing.
Yeah, the one in the Dales.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awful place, really. I was the most entertaining thing there, I think, to make our own fun.
So that was a
You,
place that
you,
you had to stay.
hey, we were talking about me again. Hey,
Yeah, sorry. It's my
like,
job. What can I say?
do you have a partner, kids at all?
Nah. Nah, it's I never really needed one, I suppose. I'm happy. So that's,
You always lived in Leeds?
For the past 10 years, yeah. Used to live in London. Before that, I lived in New York, actually, for
Oh,
a while.
that's really cool.
Yeah, it was pretty great, all the billboards, Times Square, the cars.
Wow. New York, London, now Leeds.
What can I say? I thought I was moving here for a change of pace, but you're making my life more difficult than it ever was when I was trying to navigate the fucking district line at 7 in the morning. Not that I mind. It's all in a day's work. I get paid for it.
Why do you wear those glasses? I've never seen you not wearing them, even when we're inside.
I have you can see that I'm really struggling to kind of form the words, and I'm looking at you very intently from behind my glasses, and I'm wondering something that I've been wondering a lot as of late, which is, how can I get you to trust me? Because you still don't. And it's occurred to me as we have this conversation that I haven't given you a reason to. I haven't trusted you. And so I look around. There's nobody looking at us. Everyone's busy with their own meal. And awkwardly, I slide my glasses off my face and look at you. And you can see again the thing that I described earlier, the white eyes, no irises or pupil to speak of, and the light is low enough that you can't really make out the kind of iridescent strands in them. They just look white.
Thomas is like completely frozen, staring. That's crazy, man. You haven't got you haven't got any pupils. What?
So they tell me.
How do you see? And I'm like, I lean over really close to like try and see if it's if you're fucking with me and it's like some special contact or something. I lean in really, really close to try and see.
So now that the glasses are off, I can vaguely perceive you, but I can't see you. And I kind of start when I feel you leaning closer to me, when I feel like your breath on my skin. And I'm trying to just kind of stay calm because I do not know how to explain this because this is not something that I've shown to anyone before.
Is it a disease or is it visual impairment? Like, but that's great. That wouldn't mean that you wouldn't have pupils or irises. Like they're beautiful, man. I can't believe I never get to see these. Yeah, and now that I'm this close, now that I'm this close, I can just about see the kind of the hint of iridescence. Yeah, they're like little moonstones.
Well, I've never heard that one before. Well, I've never heard any of it before. It was it's always been like this ever since I was, put on this earth.
Are you a super as well?
No, I'm not. I'm just a man, just a normal guy, just a normal entity, I guess. Just because they look pretty doesn't mean they do anything.
Thomas just can't quite stop staring because it's such an odd and beautiful sight. Wow. Sorry, I got caught up in the moment. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I do need to put them back on if I'm going to be able to eat my food, though, because I do need the glasses to see.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah. No, that makes sense. And I lean back.
I slide them back on, and what do I see on your face now that I can see you again? What does your expression look like?
Look of still a similar sort of look of awe and wonder and confusion and kind of excitement, because this is just something that I did not expect at all.
I'm blushing, which is weird. That doesn't happen. Does not. I don't let myself do that, but I am. And it's one of those things about being put in a human body that I still haven't reconciled myself with, that I still don't quite understand the process behind. And I sort of hold my hand to my cheek, kind of like, okay. And I put it back down on the table. Sorry.
Why don't you show anyone?
Well, it's practical. I can't see without the glasses, so there's no reason for me to take them off.
I guess thank you for showing me. I can see that it was not easy to do that, and I appreciate it.
I know a lot about you. I know more about you than most of the people in your life, and it's occurred to me that I'm not. The stakes are different. Our relationship is higher stakes for you than it is for me, because I know all of these things and you don't know anything about me, so I thought I would just, try and even the ground a little bit.
I appreciate that. That is kind of you. Thank you.
And I kind of lapse into silence as I eat the rest of my food. And I'm still kind of like slightly confused by it.
I eat my food as well, but I keep glancing up, hoping I'll get another glimpse of your eyes.
I'm glad that I have the sunglasses back on, because underneath I'm just kind of like, I'm like freaking out, because I'm thinking about all of the people that you could tell and all of the ways that that might come back to harm me. And I feel my stomach turn, and I kind of like push my plate away. And I stand up and I say, "I'm sorry. I think I've got to go."
Hey, what's going on?
I like grab my wallet and kind of like pull a £50 note out of it, which is like
Whoa,
incongruent and weird.
That's way too much. It's like 20 quid.
Oh God. Sorry. And I kind of like fumble through the notes until I find the right one, and I put it on the table, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, I've got it." And I just kind of like start walking out.
Wait, Pell, wait. What did I say something?
No, it's not you, I promise. I can't. We're walking down Ball Lane right now, walking down the road that Trinity's on, and it's dark. And there are drunk people sort of just starting to kind of like flow around.
I've left the money on the table and I've run after you.
And I turn around to you as you say that, and I kind of stop so suddenly that you almost walk into me, and we're standing directly underneath a street light. And I look down at you and I say, "I just please don't tell anyone. Please."
Okay. I don't have to tell anyone. I didn't realize it was that much of a thing.
No, it's fine. I shouldn't.
You don't look weird. Like, I mean, you look a bit odd, I guess, but like, you can own it, right? It's okay.
Not what I'm worried about.
I put my hands on your shoulders and look at you. What are you worried about?
Pell is in a nightmare. They thought they knew what they were doing when they did this, and it's become aware to them that they have set off like a chain of events that it doesn't seem to be any stopping them, because they know Thomas by now, and they know that once he sets his mind to something, he doesn't stop until he gets what he wants. He doesn't stop until he gets the answer, or until he does the deed. Like, they drop their head down to their chest and they say, "I'm not from here."
Yeah, I know you said you came from London and then you came from New York.
No, not Leeds, not England, not America. I'm not from here. I'm from there. And he looks up, tilts his head back towards the sky that is kind of illuminated by light pollution, barely any stars blinking through. And you can see a tear rolling down his cheek as he looks upwards towards the night.
Thomas looks up at the sky where you're pointing and back at you and seeing how upset you are. And he goes, hold on 1 second. And there's a humming in the air. And then everything goes very silent. And Thomas is concentrating and pushing away all of the noise that's trying to make its way towards us, and we're trapped in a very we're basically trapped in like a little very quiet bubble. It's okay. We can speak. It's what's can I
take my glasses off again, and I sort of tilt my face in the direction of yours, because I want you to be able to look me in the eyes when I say this, because I need you to know that I'm not lying. It's been about 100 years.
100. Wait, you've been here 100 years?
Yeah, I lived in New York. That's where they dropped me. For about...
Your folks?
God, yeah. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I've never tried to articulate this to anyone before.
Okay.
Where I come from, it's far. It's light years away, and it's so beautiful. It's so peaceful. It's so idyllic, and I would do anything to go back, but I fucked it up. I really fucked it up. I did something awful, and in their mercy, they decided to not kill me or imprison me, but to exile me. And they changed me. They changed my bone structure, my skin, my hair, until I looked like one of you.
Oh, Jesus.
Everything except my eyes, everything changed. I still recognize myself. I'm still the same person under here, but...
That's awful. I'm so sorry.
I deserved it.
What?
I deserved it. God. The last thing they told me before they put me down here was that I had to learn to be one of you, and that I had to learn to be peaceful, and that I just had to learn to see if I could make myself better. So I've been trying. And I know it's stupid, but I keep waiting for them to come, and they're not coming.
I hear the catch in your voice, and I move forward, and I hug you tightly. Still the silence, the aura of silence around us.
I hug you back, and I'm shaking.
Every movement of our clothes is audible in a strangely loud way.
So yeah, I'm what I've come to understand is commonly referred to in your vernacular as an alien. Fuck. Never said that out loud before.
It's okay. I won't say anything. I won't tell anyone.
Thank you.
What? Thomas knows he shouldn't ask this, but that he can't stop himself. What did you do?
Pal's body freezes, and the breath just kind of stops in their throat for a second. And they say, you can ask me anything you want. Just please don't ask me that.
Okay. Okay. I think we should get you home. I'll walk you home.
Thanks.
I'll keep you safe.
Thanks.
Like how you keep me safe.
I just for a second like rest my chin on the top of your head. Close my eyes. Exhale. And then I put my sunglasses back on. I stand up. I point back from the direction we came from, and I say, "It's this way. My flat's this way."
Am I okay to drop the silence?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and gradually the noise of the streets and the surrounding area, the cars in the distance, people opening their windows, people on nights out, gradually filters back into our world.
Scene?
Okay.
Should we take a 5-minute break?
We have 20 minutes left total.
Oh, Jesus. No, we don't. We've got like...
It's 4:42. We're supposed to end at 5.
We're supposed to end at 5:15.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah. No, actually, yeah. Let's take a 5-minute break. How about it?
Nice.
Okie dokie. So I'll set a timer on my phone. I can't share my screen, annoyingly.
That's valid.
But I will. We'll see you. So we'll see you all at about 4:47, folks. Okay, I'm gonna have a quick look through the chat. If you want to.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, let me know if there's been any technical problems. Thanks so much for sticking with us, even though there's all sorts of shit going wrong on our end.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Cool. Okay. See you in a little bit, folks.
See you in a bit, pals. Little baby man. dreadful boy. Don't do any more murders or I'll call the police, you fuck. Oh. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've got 20 seconds on my timer.
Genius.
Nope, that's the timer.
Whoop, beep, beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
I have things to say.
You have things to say?
No, it was just because I said beep beep.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
So
dumb of ass.
Not very good things to say then. Just not very boring. Very, very boring. Sort of descriptive things.
So we have. I think we're gonna overrun.
Okay.
Like I would rather overrun than rush this, I think.
Okay, I am trying to time stuff, but I've not been doing a very good job because I can't like indicate to you when we need to when we need to wrap something up.
Sorry,
you might need to time on your end as well, friend.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry. I've been very caught up in being an alien, and I've forgotten about time. Okay, so we have, technically speaking, 3 scenes left, but I don't think we have time unless we do 2 short ones and then the end scene.
Yeah. Okay.
What would you rather do?
I feel like 2 short scenes and then the end scene works for me.
Okay, cool. So 2 like 5-minute scenes.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
Okay. It's your turn to lead. So what would you like?
Okay. I'd quite like to lead off of the one we just did.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I help you. So we go. I walk you home to your place.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we get there, I think something happens.
Okay.
And I've got an idea of what it might be. But we'll get to that.
I'm thinking scene 4 for yours, if that's the one that you're thinking.
For mine?
Yeah.
Sorry, my brain's not working.
No, it's fine.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I had it wasn't. I don't think it's the idea that you had.
Mm-hmm.
But I've just got an idea for a scene.
Okay, cool. So we get to my apartment. It's taken us about 20 minutes to walk there.
And the door is open when we arrive.
Okay. And on instinct, I kind of put my arm out to stop you. I don't like live with anyone.
Who could it? And I don't know what the view is from here, but I guess we'd see from our angle looking in through the door, the place
Mhm.
is like ransacked. Like people have been, it's like if there's someone still here, like it's not quite clear, but it looks like someone has been looking for something in your house or your flat. Sorry.
Jesus. Okay, fuck, Thomas. I don't know what I did. Oh God, I just walk in. I don't care.
I walk in as well.
I look around and there's sort of like a hallway that leads through to the living room and kitchen, and then there's sort of like another door next to it to the bedroom. And I kind of step into the living room concernedly and look around at my entire life that's been turned upside down.
Oh shit, pal, what's going on?
I don't know. I'm about to say that I don't know who could have done this, and the chill runs through me. And I say, I think I have an idea of what's happened.
It's our folks, isn't it? It's our folks. It has to be.
Yeah, I think it is. I cross to my desk, which is by the window, and there's a drawer that is locked with a key that I keep in my jacket, and I can see that the lock's been like jimmied and it's hanging open. Shit, fuck.
What?
And I start
what
rifling through it. I know this is stupid, but I kept I keep a diary of everything that I remember about home. Everything that's just, from the way the city that I used to live in looks when the morning light first hits it, to what it was like when I went to school there, to maybe information about the technology that existed there. Every single time I remember something, I've been trying to draw up schematics so I can try and create something to communicate with them, which I know isn't what they want, but it's a fucking moot point now because they've taken it.
Oh shit. Oh, the bastards. And well, as I say bastards, the all the light fittings in the flat like shudder in their fittings. Sorry.
It's okay. It's fine. It's the flat's a fucking tip anyway. It's fine. God, I thought I was playing them. I thought that by applying to the job and by working that closely with them, I'd be, friends close, enemies closer. And I really thought it was working. I really thought that I had them, because there are meetings where you know how you got your powers, right?
Yeah.
Tell me how you think you got them.
Well, they did the random sample, the random sign up. I happened to get chosen. I went to the facility in the Dales. Got put under extremely strong anesthetic. And then when I woke up, there was a book on the side of the table, and I looked at it and I thought, oh, that looks boring, and then it flew off the table. Like, that's what I remember. They put them into me.
Do you know where they got them from?
No, I thought they researched it, right? They've been doing some science and maybe testing on mice or something. And then they had us, the first, Thomas, the fourth wave.
Thomas, I think you should sit down.
Huh?
I think you should sit down. There's something that I need to explain to you.
I should sit down? You've had your house robbed.
Something I've been expecting for a while. It's fine. It's the shock is past. I know what I'm going to do, but I think that you should sit down.
Oh, okay, pal. And I sit down on the sofa.
Ever since they put me here, I've wanted to know if there were others, because I thought surely it couldn't just be me here, right? Like, they've, there's been a good like over a dozen cases of exiling happening. Earth is a planet that's pretty close by, and I was trying to figure out how I would find more people from my planet if I could, because obviously they do this to us. And I sort of gesture to myself. And then I found this, and I reach into my pocket again, and I pull out the thing that looks like a jewel, that looks like a flash drive. So I used to fuck about with computers. I was so glad, finally, when they got invented. I was fucking about in the 1920s. I had no idea what I was doing. Then computers came around, and I was like, good, okay, I can use this, I can work with this. And I immediately started trying to find evidence, because you hear these things, like Area 51 and whatever. And then I found out about this weird shadowy corporation, Lux Ex Umbrae, which obviously is the corporation that I work for now. And I got into their cloud server, and I found that they know about extraterrestrials, and they know how to take the parts of us that make us, like you, the parts of us that make us super, and take them.
Thomas is breathing quickly and heavily as the implication is sort of crashing down onto him. And you see ripples in the fabric of the sofa, and the light fittings start to jingle again. The maybe there's some cups in the sink across the way. They start to kind of rattle. And Thomas says, "Oh my God, I've got a person's. I've got another person's powers in me."
It's okay. It's
not okay. It's not okay.
I kneel down in front of you, and I grab your shoulders, and I say, look at me. This is not your fault, and you didn't know. There is one group, one person that's responsible for this, and it's not you, Thomas, and I won't let you take that blame on yourself. It's not, we don't have time. I'm sorry.
There's a hum in the air, and one of the windows overlooking the river cracks.
I know you're upset, but if they found what they wanted here, it means I'm probably next.
They're gonna take your eyes.
I'm not gonna fucking let them.
Can't take your eyes. I won't let them.
Thomas, it's okay. It's gonna be okay.
Can't let this happen. This can't happen. I won't let it happen.
I Pell is like frozen because this is a conversation that they've had with themselves whenever something's got a little bit too close for comfort, whenever the thing happened that made them have to leave New York, and then again when they had to leave London. But they don't know how to reassure you, partly because they're terrified as well, and partly because they just don't get it. So they're kneeling there in front of you, their hands on your shoulders, and they're looking at you as you just fucking spin out, and they kiss you to shut you up, to just for a second distract you from the spiral.
The surprise just kind of blindsides Thomas, and there's and then for a second there's a kind of thick energy in the air, and dust starts to fall from the ceiling, and you can hear wooden beams creaking somewhere, and then gradually it all fades to something much softer, and the aura is still there, but it's much more like when he was not unconscious. This kind of unfocused, dreamy, unconcerned play with the vibrations in the air. And as you kiss me, our hair sort of flutters in an invisible breeze, and under your touch you feel Thomas relax.
I break the kiss and I lean my forehead against yours and I say, have you stopped panicking now? Was that
yeah, different kind of panic, I guess. Wow.
Oh. Hell is... This solved their problem temporarily, and now they're also like, oh God, why did I do that? Oh, Jesus Christ. They're like kind of flapping their hands and like fidgeting. And they're like, was that a solution? It felt like a solution at the time.
I mean, I'm a bit more chilled out now, so I guess so.
Okay, good. So we've done that. So yeah. Sorry, I never quite understood that whole thing with humans when you
seem to pull it off pretty well. Jesus.
Thanks. It's something that I find interesting. So I've been studying. This is God. As Pell struggles for words, I just want to imagine the scene. Like the floor of the living room is like cushions, and their cushion covers have been like stripped apart from each other. There are papers all over the floor, like a desk tidy full of pens and pencils have been knocked over. The coffee table is upended, and all the books and the magazines are scattered on the floor. And Thomas is sitting on the empty sofa, and Pell is in front of him. And there is, just for a second, a small oasis of calm in the middle of the chaos.
We've got to do something.
Yeah. what are we going to do?
I don't know.
I think we should rock, paper, scissors to figure out the way that we're going to approach this.
Yes, good idea.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This is tricky.
This is so... Oh my God, we said that this was going to be 5 minutes long.
This is a lot.
It really is. We've really like this has been very 0 to 100. I enjoy it. Okay. Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready as well.
Okay. Rock,
paper,
scissors, shoot, paper.
Rock.
Fuck. Paper beats rock.
Yeah, so you get to decide. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I think that the logical step is to go... No, okay. I think that we hear footsteps. And the man that I saw in the first scene, the man who walked in on the day that we were at the police awards.
Okay.
I think he's standing at the front door, which is still open. And actually, I've won. So I would like this for a few minutes to be a solo scene.
Okay.
Between me and the guy. And the way that I'm going to resolve that is that I look at you and I say that I'm sorry. And I push my hand against your chest. And suddenly you are outside. You are back by the Nando's. Standing on the street.
Oh, fucking hell, man. So Thomas looks around wildly. What happened? Pell! What did you do, you stupid bastard? And runs back, runs straight back to where they just to where he just saw you. And we have this solo scene.
Yeah. Okay. So the man in the doorway is like, he's tall, he's wearing the same like dark suit, and he's standing looking at me with his arms folded, and I say, you could have knocked.
You weren't in. I think the easiest thing for you to do is to just come quietly. You've already lied to the government, so I think it would be more dignified.
I need you to promise that nothing bad will happen to him.
Oh, nothing bad's going to happen to him. He'll probably have a new friend.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're right. It's not his fault. He didn't know until I told him.
No, we have ways of keeping people quiet, and at the moment that boy's more useful to us. Well, some of my colleagues don't agree, but he's a nice distraction. You know, there's a couple of...
You motherfucker, I'd stand up and I'd take a step towards you. I'm still like clutching the drive thing I used to like knock people out, and I said I could use this, and I you just I won't, as long as you promise that you're not gonna hurt him ever. I just need fuck.
That's very interesting. Because you're trying to threaten me, but really what I'm hearing is possibly a method of threatening you. And from behind the man, concealed from around the building, 4 armed guards appear in black getup and with guns. You're so worried about me hurting him. I think that could get us some very useful leverage. I've been looking through that diary of yours. Very, very interesting. But, you know, there's nothing like talking to the real article, is there?
He doesn't have anything that you need. He's just...
No, he's a fool, but you do.
He's not a fool. He's just young, and he deserves better than this. And God, I wanna reach for my phone and try and text him, but I know that I'll be noticed as soon as I do that, and I'm just fucking praying that he does one sensible thing in his entire goddamn life, and that he is running away right now, and that he is not running towards this.
We see Thomas running towards the situation.
It's fucking dumbass. Okay.
I think we've talked enough. This is sort of dragging on and is not really getting either of us anywhere. So if you don't mind, I'd appreciate it if it went somewhere for me, and you come with me and we have some very interesting talks about your home planet.
I just need to know. Was there ever any more of me here? Was I really the only one all this time?
No, of course you weren't. We were experimenting on them. We've been experimenting on them for decades.
And they're all from my planet?
Not all of them, I think. Hard to tell. We're not quite there with the technology.
But some of them are. Some of my...
You know, I should have realised it when... I should have realised it when I saw your glasses. It made a lot of sense. Some of them aren't so smart.
Yeah. Some of them didn't get given glasses at all. That was the last favour that I could call in.
Now, are you going to come quietly or not?
I'm not going to hurt you. But I can't. God. Fine. And they dropped the weapon that they're holding. And raises his arms in a sad caricature of surrender. Just don't hurt him.
I think I'll decide on that later, depending on how useful you are. And from behind him, there is the sound of what sounds like 4 gunshots, but it's not from the guns of the folks who are aiming at you. And there's a confusion and a scream that you've heard before in the bank, and the gunmen fall down, clutching their heads, bleeding from their ears, as Thomas stands completely out of breath, panting, bent double, like he's going to be sick because he's run so fast.
The man in the suit, how has he reacted to this? Is he like disoriented at all that this has happened?
Yes, he is shocked.
Okay, so I take advantage of his shock. I step towards him and I screw my eyes shut because I'm trying to conjure an image of a place that I haven't been in a long time. In my mind, just for a second, I'm standing over the River Hudson on the Manhattan Bridge, I think.
Oh.
I close my eyes and I've been thinking about doing this, but I was scared that I wouldn't be able to. And seeing Thomas there, I feel like a surge of strength in my chest. I close my eyes, I put my hand on this man's chest, and I push him off the Manhattan Bridge into the River Hudson.
So
he blinks out of existence and blinks back into existence, falling thousands of miles away.
Thomas staggers towards you, just coughing, wheezing. We have to go.
Yeah, we do.
I think
thank you.
It's okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I grab.
He whips around at the gunmen. If any of you fuckers touched them, fuck! And in his anger at getting your pronouns wrong, there's like a shockwave, a wall of force explodes out from you, out from both of us, cracking the concrete, and blowing the detritus on the street asunder, and the gunmen are just the gunmen are just tossed asunder.
Thomas, can you ride a bike?
Yeah, I haven't for a while, but yeah.
Okay. I grab your hand, and pull you towards the exit, and I kind of like, I'm like, oh God, sorry, under my breath, and I there's like a bike rack in the foyer of the apartments, and I just kind of like grab my bike and then just take someone else's. So I think this is the part where we run away together.
Oh, shit! All right then. I need to grab my stuff. Maybe we can just drop in at my flat for like a second.
Thomas, we don't have time.
Okay, all right. No, fair point. We did. I did just. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Bikes. Let's go. Like Stranger Things.
I throw a helmet to you that's like hanging off the handlebars of one of the bikes, and I say, I reckon we can cycle to the airport.
Okay. Sure.
If it helps, I'm used to this. I'm great at running away.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it, baby.
And
in his excitement, he grabs you by the head and kisses you again.
Pell laughs because like it's a really weird feeling, but it's not unpleasant. It's just one of the many things that they've slowly learned, Jesus, is just a weird thing that humans do. And this entire time they've been like, oh, that looks weird and gross and I don't like it. But as they kiss under the light of a street lamp again, before they cycle off into oblivion. Pell just feels incredibly grateful.
Excellent.
There are the questions.
Okay, well, we'll do a quick. We'll try and end by. I guess we'll try and end by 5:30. But we'll do a quick like, where are they now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got on an airplane,
Mm-hmm.
and so possibly gone to a different country. Have we?
Yes, we're going somewhere that doesn't have an extradition treaty with the UK or the US.
I don't know what that means, so you'll have to.
So we're going somewhere where we can't be like arrested back into England.
Oh yeah, no, yep, absolutely. So we need to go to like Scandinavia, or
we are going to Russia. No, Russia's bad for the gays.
Yeah, not a good call.
Go to Afghanistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Belarus, Bhutan. No, let's go to. We're going to Japan. We're going to Japan.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. We find a connecting flight that takes us to London, and then to Japan, and I think maybe you do a little bit of superpowery stuff to get us past security unnoticed, creating distractions and that sort of thing.
Yes.
We're safely on the plane.
Because I'm not costumed up. No. This whole thing has happened while I'm not in costume.
Yeah. So, God, I think that for about 12 hours, Pell says absolutely nothing. It's like a 14-hour flight, and for the first 12, they just don't speak. They're just thinking.
When I fall asleep, I lay my head on your shoulder and sort of hug your arm to my chest.
With my free hand, I'm writing on a shitty notebook that I bought in W.H. Smith, and I'm writing a letter to my mother that I know she's never going to read, but it helps me process things. And I tell her that it nearly happened this time, and they really did nearly find me. But this time I had someone. And I say there's a boy, and when he looks at me, when he looks into my eyes, he's not afraid, he's not disgusted. He thinks that I'm beautiful. And we met like a month ago, and now we are fleeing the country together. And I've been on Earth long enough to know that that's not normal. In a relationship, I don't believe, but feels right. And I close the notebook, slide it back into my jacket.
As you do that, I am gradually coming to consciousness. Hey, Pearl.
Yeah, Thomas?
I was thinking, am I ever gonna get to be Mercury again?
I sigh and I put my hand on your shoulder one more time and squeeze. Not for a very long time. And I look past you out of the window. where we're just now starting to break down through the clouds. And I ask, not that I expect you to know the answer to this, but will I ever get to go home?
I don't know, but maybe I can help you make a home. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And he kisses you again. And scene.
Scene. Are we done?
Yeah, that was a lot. That was so different. That was so different to all of the other ones that we've done.
Absolutely. Okay, I wanted to try and like... Oh man, I'm just looking at the chats. I think the chat is not updating properly for me on my end. I don't really know. But well, folks, we're done.
Yep, that was us.
Man.
Wow.
Okay, we're gonna have a 20-second delay, but like we'll stay on the line for like, how about we stay on the line until like 25 to, and we'll do questions if anyone has questions about the lore and stuff. Because I guess
I think there are... Sorry.
No, I'll finish what I was saying.
Oh, there are far less people watching now than there were last week. But I think that's because they know that there will be like an edited, updated version.
Ooh, yeah. Not to put
So
pressure on Tanis or anything.
No, I just,
Tanis
you know,
is literally in the chat.
It be like that sometimes. Thank you, Tanis. Thank you, James. Oh my god, everyone's so lovely. I think James said, yeah, that it feels a lot more intense and intimate than the last one did, and I think that's definitely the case. Like, it's smaller, and it's there was like a very intense progression of everything happening there.
Yeah. I feel like we might have been like I feel like, I know that you said this last week, but I felt like I was so off form.
It didn't notice.
Like,
I swear.
so nervous because good. Because we had so many, like, because as you know, we've had technical problems and
I only woke up
Leo
20 minutes before we were supposed to start, and it was only because Sophie rang me.
Yes.
And then we had all of the technical issues, and I think that kind of threw us off a bit. And this is like a no, that's a good point, James, that smaller, more personal stakes make for a more intimate and intense story. I think you're right. Like, it's I liked the feel of this one a lot. And again, it's something that we're still kind of figuring out how to structure. So I appreciate everyone who
so much fun though. It's so much fun.
It is. It really is.
Oh, Bailey's there. I can see Bailey.
He's a little baby crime man. But yeah, no, that was... Why is it that you always play characters that frustrate me so deeply? Like, what? Why are you like this? Please.
There's no conflict otherwise.
I know, like, I know
if
that
we got
rationally,
on really,
but...
if we just all got on really well, it'd be a very different story.
You're right. Okay, that's valid. Do you think we should we wrap up the stream and debrief?
Yeah, I'm shattered, like, because of the insane nervousness. I'm not seeing any questions coming through from the chat.
Yeah, no, so it's fine.
So we might wrap up now, folks, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Seriously,
this has been so much fun. This has been so much fun as ever. Are we at Leo? Are we doing one next week and the week after? Because I have deadlines, and I wonder if that's maybe not a good thing for me to do.
Yeah, I was just thinking that we should probably like restructure when we're doing things because you have a degree to do well in.
Because I'm only busy for 2 weeks. I have deadlines. I have deadlines this week and the week after, and then I'm done. So where we can get started after that. But I think it might be good if I didn't.
Yeah, so we'll take a couple of weeks break, so Sophie can focus on being a good student and doing what she's meant to be doing. Also, Sophie, I don't know if you saw, but Tanis commented that you're just naturally frustrating, which is true.
Oh, thank you, Tanis.
He's right, and he should say it. James, I agree with James. He said that we both need to go and chill, and that we've earned it, and I agree. So I think yes, we should sign off the stream, and we'll see everyone in 3 weeks' time. Thank you for tuning in. Lots of love to everyone.
Oops. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream, folks. Okay. Bye. Bye. You have to wave, Leo, because I can't wave.
I am waving. I'm waving with both hands.
Okay, we're done.
Tell me when